Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm going to get over today's trade recap today. Going to be going over just PA. I ended up taking no trades today. I did like the idea of one of them, but I decided to stay away from it. Overall, just coming into today's session, the bias was just not there. It just wasn't clean. Like, if we look at how much points we extended, we had an overnight expansion of essentially 1,000 points, which is just trash. Just with war and with current news going on in today's market, just trading is not the easiest, especially with this. Like, this is just ridiculous. Huge new day opening gap gets filled, and then off that we rally 800 points to the upside. I suppose I was leaning more bullish, but definitely short term bearish coming into this morning because there's just no chance that we will leave this entire range like unfilled. Just wouldn't make any sense considering we didn't even tap into this range like literally once. I was more leaning bearish, but then if I go to the time from here prior 9:30, there's just nothing really that could send us lower. Even from a bearish perspective, we didn't really have any key levels to the left of us here. We still have none, no key levels here to really reject off of. So off of this alone, I was sort of already not really too keen on this. And now we did have a 15-minute fair value gap, which I think we ended up inversing actually. Yeah, ended up inversing this, and I think we had a 30-minute on the S&P 500, which got formed somewhere here. But yeah, honestly, just not really much. I guess more bearish definitely because this is just huge overextension. Like, it's ridiculous. Kind of untradeable in my opinion. I know there was a trade today that some people ended up catching. 9:30 ends up opening higher. We end up sweeping out this internal intermediate high inside this 5 minute, and then we did get this 1 minute inversion right here, but it was literally on the 9:30 candle, and you're crazy if you're taking them trades. I mean, to be honest, it would definitely made sense. Like, low key, this trade, in my opinion, was probably trade of the day because of simply just because of how obvious it was. Um, this ends up flushing really nicely. But again, it'd not be something like this would definitely be like an evaluation trade. I wouldn't be looking to take trades like this on my funded accounts because it's just the risk is a lot higher with trades like that, especially on the actual 9:30 candle. It's kind of crazy, and we also did leave a failure strength to this external range high here as well. And so yeah, with that, we ended up generating some not too bad structure here, and then we ended up sweeping out London sessions. We're inside of a 4 hour at this point, and then I think we ended up getting this 5 minute inversion right here, which I was low key not that mad about. Like, I kind of like this, and it would also make sense as well. Just for us to run higher here and then take out this external range high to then also have that incredibly large move lower. Um, Considering that we have to do that, like considering how big this range is, how unfilled it is, how much liquidity is below us. So if we did get this 5 minute inversion, we did end up getting it. But what I was looking for here, just for actual confirmation that we did want to displace, was this. We were battling between a 1 minute fair value gap here, and we're also battling between a 5 minute. So what I wanted to see is for the 1 minute. This is the thing that I've just collected through data myself, is that I don't really like taking straight up 5 minute inversions because I just, my win rate with them is just not high. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. The 5 minutes are like the cursed IFVG. They're just weird, bro. I don't like them. Um, so what I've taken into account to kind of increase my win rate with these kind of fair value, these kind of 5 minute inversions, is the lower time frame, even lower than the 5 minute, aligning with the 5 minute inversion. So what I mean by that is stuff like this. So we respected this 1 minute gap, and we also inversed the 5 minute at the same time. So we inversed the bearish 5 minute. We respected this 1 minute gap. We had pretty decent structure above us there to take some longs. So all I wanted to see now was us to respect this 1 minute gap, which we did on this candle, and then get like a 1 minute CISD of us closing like above this bearish candle that we made, because then that would prove to me that the lower time frame, being the 1 minute here, is also correlating with the bullish narrative of us inversing that 5 minute gap. So after that, we technically did get this CISD here, but this is not what I was looking for. I was looking for like actual displacement to where the candle closure would have been like maybe here or anything. And I would have had like my stop loss here targeting this entire range high. And then I would have had to went break even at this other 5 minute which we had above here. But if this move was going to be bullish, I feel like it would have been like a proper strong displacing move upwards for us to quickly sweep out this external draw of liquidity here and this 930 failure swing to then make a strong move lower. So we ended up not getting that nice closure that I wanted to see on the 1 minute, proving that this 1 minute fair value gap was holding its power, and then we ended up literally just slamming through it on the next trade. So yeah, overall the confidence on this trade wasn't that high, simply just because of what we're dealing with. So I did want to see like the minute details kind of play out for me to end up taking that trade, especially with this range that we're in. It's just trash. Like I'm not too keen on taking anything here. And then for the rest of the day, honestly, it was just pure garbage. We literally just chopped and chopped and chopped and chopped and chopped. What did 10 a.m. do? Absolutely nothing. What did 10:30 do? Absolutely nothing. So like all this did was just accumulate and accumulate. And then I think there was a trade here which I just don't agree with whatsoever. Is this 1047? So technically the 1045 PO3 where we swept out Asia session liquidity inside of this 4 hour, still extremely overextended. And the one thing I can definitely agree with this trade is that we do have excellent draws. Not excellent draws, but pretty good ones in a sense that we just have a shit ton of trendline low resistance liquidity above here, and also a 30-minute unfilled for value gap as well, which was right here. Yeah, at the top of essentially all of this LR. So I could have definitely see a trade like this playing out, but by this time I was already off the charts. Because do you really want to be like looking for something to form when we're doing this? Look at the 1 minute. Bro, look at the 5 minute. Like, I'm just not too keen on that. This is definitely just a case of recognizing low probability conditions and just straying away from them. And even though this low resistance liquidity trend line that we did build up is super nice, it's just like, bro, look at this. Like, this is just trash. It just looks really, really bad. And it's just the recognition of low probability conditions here would have saved you from taking this loss. Now, I think because I know Blake ended up taking something today, so I'm going to try to go over that. I ended up getting this manipulation move here, and then 11 a.m. started to distribute, and then I think someone ended up taking like this, was it? Yeah. I think this is the trade that Blake ended up taking. I think he ended up taking the original one, getting break evened, and then he used a 5 minute rejection block. Okay, honestly, I'm not even going to go over these trades because I just completely disagree with all these trades. And then I think the break even point on this was here, and you ended up kind of getting again. Look, you're just getting caught in chop. You know what I mean? Like this is just trash. And then yeah, we ended up going there, and then just by sheer luck, it doesn't return to your break even or chop, and kind of actually ends up distributing at around 11:40, 11:35. Like that's just like, bro. But anyway, I just don't agree with anything today, and that was a good setup. I feel the actual best setup today was probably this 5 minute inversion. I don't agree with it. I mean, I guess this was technically better because it was steeper into the range, but after like taking a trade after what we've been doing this entire session, and at least what you can argue here with this 5 minute is that PA actually doesn't even look that bad because we're actually generating proper structure and we're getting clean displacement instead of literally trading sideways. Like I think if I took out my phone right now and scanned this, I would probably get like a discount code at Tesco or something. Like it's kind of just a waste of time, you know. It's not really something I'd like to be dabbling with. And that's going to wrap up today's trade recap, guys. I took 0 trades today. Only trade I kind of liked was this 5 minute, but again, it just wasn't ideal. Definitely hesied on this one a good bit just because I didn't like the narrative of what was below us here and just overall price action. So I did want to see extra confirmation with a good displacing candle here, which kind of would prove to me at the lower time frame and the 5 minute inversion is aligning with each other, and the rejection off of the 4 hour sweep of London, good structure. But except for that, I think everything else today was pretty trash. Definitely no A plus setups today by any means necessary. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you ended up getting railed today, leave it in the comments below too. Or if you ended up hitting TP, that's cool as well. Let me know. And that's going to be it for today's trade recap. I will catch you guys in the next video, which will be tomorrow. And yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Stay blessed. I'm going to be uploading my entire journey to profitability on this YouTube channel. So excited for the future, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.